Whenever I'm walking through London, I catch myself tuning into the tiniest details of people's speech, especially their consonants. Ever noticed how even a simple L sound can set two Londoners' worlds apart?
I know what you mean. The way someone says le, like in milk or feel, suddenly tells you so much about where they grew up, or even what groups they hang out with. It's wild how much is packed into one little sound.
So, let's break down the dark L, because not everyone's heard of it. In linguistics, it's called the velarized L, right? It's that rich, heavy sound at the end of words like pool or bottle.
Yeah. And if you put your finger on your throat while saying milk, you can almost feel that extra thickness. It's the difference between the clear, upfront L of light and that deep, almost shadowy L at the end of ball.
What gets me is how the dark L pops up in unexpected places, depending on the accent. In RP, you'll hear it mostly at the end of syllables, while in Cockney or multicultural London English, it can sneak into spots you wouldn't predict.
Absolutely, and in Cockney, it's almost like the dark L is on overdrive. You'll hear it so strongly in words like help or milk, it nearly overtakes the vowel itself. Sometimes it's so intense, it barely sounds like an L anymore.
Talking about that, have you noticed Cockney speakers sometimes swap the L out completely? Instead of milk, you might get something closer to miwk. That's this thing called L vocalization.
Right, and it turns up in everyday words, like little becoming litto. It's like the L melts into a W or even disappears altogether. It's not accidental at all, it's a full-on Cockney signature.
But then, in multicultural London English, or MLE, it gets even more playful. Kids in Hackney or Brixton might use L vocalization, but sometimes they switch back to a crisp, clear L, almost as a style choice or social signal.
That's spot on. MLE has this wild fluidity speakers borrow and remix features to fit the vibe they want. You might hear the same person say people, 3 different ways depending on who's around.
Meanwhile, RP holds on to the traditional split. Clear L at the start of syllables, dark L at the end. It's almost like a code for formality. Say lolly in RP, and you really hit that crisp front L, then finish with that velvety dark L.
And you can almost hear the social signaling in it too. That careful distinction between light and dark L says, I've had elocution lessons, or I come from a certain background.
I always wondered, why does Cockney drop the L in some places? Is it just laziness, or is there something else going on?
There's actually a clever efficiency behind it. L vocalization can make speech flow faster and blend sounds together, which fits the rapid-fire rhythm of Cockney. Plus, it helps words stand out in playful ways. Think of Cockney rhyming slang, where sound is everything.
You know, whenever I've played sound clips of Cockney or MLE to people not from London, the L vocalization always gets a reaction. Some people love how relaxed it feels, while others find it almost slippery.
I've noticed that too. To some, it feels super modern and inclusive, like you're in on the city's inside joke. But others say it sounds too informal, especially if they're used to RP or more traditional accents.
Funny thing is, these shifts often reveal your age as much as your postcode. Older Londoners tend to hang on to the classic Cockney or even RPL, while younger folks switch between MLE styles like it's second nature.
Yeah, I've heard teenagers in East London juggle 3 or 4 L variants in a single conversation. It's almost like a badge of street smarts, and it's changing faster than ever thanks to social media and music.
That actually reminds me grime and rap coming out of London have really pushed these L sounds into the spotlight. Artists drop, switch, or exaggerate the L depending on the mood or the rhyme.
Absolutely. And fans pick up on it. Suddenly, you get kids in places far from London trying out Cockney L vocalization in their own speech. Pop culture spreads these sounds way beyond the original neighborhoods.
It's also interesting how people judge these L variants. Some think the dark L or L vocalization sounds streetwise or cool, while others still see it as incorrect or even lazy.
There's definitely a stigma, but also a growing pride. More Londoners are embracing these sounds as markers of local identity, rather than mistakes. It's almost like reclaiming a misunderstood accent.
So where do you think we're headed next? If the past is anything to go by, London accents won't stand still. The L sound could get even more creative or fade in ways we can't predict.
I wouldn't be surprised if a whole new twist emerges in a few years. Maybe we'll hear a hybrid, something between a W and L and who knows what else. That's the joy of London. Its voice is always evolving, always surprising us.